And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of Batwoman Season 2, Episode 15. This episode was very interesting. I'll say that because they had some moments in here that kind of felt like what's actually going on in the real world when it comes to Black Lives Matter. How the police handle certain situations, and it was a very, like I said again, interesting episode. So we all know before he took his break, Luke Fox tried to help out a certain situation of a carjacking that kind of went wrong, where the Crows show up and shot him due to the fact that he reached out for a cell phone and they made it look like, oh, he was trying to pull out a gun. They shot him. Luke ends up being in the hospital. And then Batwoman, Sophie, and Mary decide that they need to figure out why did this Crow guy did it in the first place. What, besides the fact that he is a black man, and also the fact that, this guy has a very bad track record when it comes to his police brutality in a way. And, for the Crows to be kind of like what the police are in some cases, the Crows are pretty much private security force. Some of them have more powers than others, but, they are very, sometimes they believe that they are above the law, which is not appropriate anyway. And, while that's all happened, you have Alice. She's still trying to figure out what the heck is going on with the fact that her sister, Kate Kane, is still alive, now played by Willa Days, which I think is pretty great casting. And then, of course, Mary decides that she needs to cure Luke before he dies. So she decides to use the desert roads to make up the cure. While that's all happened, Luke is actually in a coma, and when a certain character falls into a coma, they end up having I guess a premonition or something. They go to the light before they go into the light, before they actually die or not die. I don't know what they actually call that. So he ends up going there. He ends up seeing his father, Lucius Fox. We don't see him because he has his back turned to him. But before he tries to talk to him, he ends up seeing Bruce Wayne, and he starts talking about how he has a destiny, he has other things, he should have more things to live for. And I thought that was pretty interesting. First of all, they got the actor who played his friend to come back, who played Hush, to came back, because he was Bruce Wayne, so that was kind of cool. They brought him back. And then, of course, the girls had to literally get the cam footage that they doctored to make it look like Luke had an actual gun. It wasn't cell phone. They basically changed the cam footage from the body cam, which is very shady stuff there. So that was very interesting what they did there. They obviously, Batwoman obviously ends up winning the fight from the bad guys. She beats them. She gets Luke's name cleared because they pretty much tied him to a crime that he wasn't anywhere near in the first place. So that was pretty shady. But listen, overall, interesting episode. Not sure, them doing what they did today's episode was cool, but sometimes it is interesting to show, reality does happen, but it also can happen in the fictional world too. But and it can also be a real thing too. So yeah, it was very, very interesting. But and of course at the end of the episode, Luke wakes up, so that was cool. So it looks like this is gonna set him up to be in the path of becoming Batwing, which we all know in the comics he does. He's kind of like having an Iron Man suit, but it's a bat suit, but it's armor type. He's got the wings, he can fly. So it looks like we're going to be getting that. Maybe not in this season, but I'm pretty sure if we get the third season, even though they already greenlit this third season, we'll get it next year in that, capacity. John Diggle's going to show up in the next episode, so that should be interesting. Maybe he helps him build up the suit. Maybe Argus builds him the suit or something. Who knows? And of course, the end of the episode, Alice ends up helping out the Crows. Oh, speaking of the Crows are no more. After them you know, pretty much saying that, yeah, the Crows pretty much abused their power, abused the trust of the people, and Commander King decided to disband the Crows force for good. So that was a good move on him, and who knows what Commander King's gonna be doing moving forward, except for the fact that he's now gonna be helping Alice try to find Kate Kane. So hopefully we get to see that play out, and maybe, and keep our fingers crossed that we get to see her become Batwoman at the end of the season. I mean, I would assume she will become Batwoman in the third season, get a memory back, full memory back at the end of the season, but that's just a guess. We have to wait and see what happens. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Batwoman, and what do you guys think about them actually putting like real life situations that we have in today in this kind of superhero stories. You kind of like that, not like that? You think it's a little bit too political? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Thank you very much and have a good night.